was the biggest difference in the fourth quarter, especially control tonight?
Yeah, again, I think we just thought our defense was really great in the fourth. Man, we were just flying all over the place. Got our hands on a bunch of we tipped a bunch around, just disruption. I thought guys would drive and somebody was there to help. And they'd kick it out. We, for the most part, challenged almost most of those shots. Pushed them inside the line enough to make them take enough twos and even challenge those at some point. And then we did a much better job on the defensive glass in the fourth quarter too.
Those minutes early in the fourth on paper right now should be really difficult for you guys because, Tyrese is
Yep.
on the bench. You're
Yep.
down Joel and Paul. I guess, is there any common theme that you think has allowed these guys to succeed and hold the fort without Maxey?
Yeah, well, probably the biggest. Well, let me just. I looked out there at the fourth, and they had brought all their starters back, right? So he obviously was planning on us being kind of in that rotation. We have left Tyrese with Reggie and Kyle some lately, right? But yeah, I was pretty concerned, and I did mention it to my staff. I was like, we got to watch this. He's got all his starters back. We may need to. We had four guys off the bench in, but they started attacking the zone instead of standing around. We got in a little bit of a moment of standing around and looking at it, and it was so stretched out. We kept telling them to drive the ball, and Reggie drove it once, and then Kelly drove it. Kelly drove it. We started attacking that pretty good. I don't know. I guess they probably made a couple shots. Reggie threw one in. Ricky played great. Right, Ricky was what was he plus 28. I thought he made some key plays. And even Bona, I thought Bona did a good job. He started figuring out how to free those guys up on the perimeter with the angles of the screens against the zone as well. That's what got those guys downhill a few times. And their defense was good.
Just, I guess just to mention as a whole, I mean, Kyle coming in, getting the big lift that he did, Reggie, Ricky, like how important is that, especially now, just considering.
Yeah. Well, that Reggie Kyle kind of combination of coming in together is for whatever reason has really seemed to be a good combination. They've either held the fort or you know extended the lead or whatever or got us back in whatever. They've been rarely been a minus, right? It's always been an even or higher, and some of them like tonight. You can see the plus minus. There's some big ones there. So they took it from what were we down 80-68?
Yeah.
Or something like that. And then all of a sudden we took off and I don't know, what was that, about a 30-10 run or something like that. So those guys were a big part of that.
Both your big runs in like the late first quarter and then late third quarter corresponded with Reggie and Kyle coming in. What did you think about them change the dynamic of where the game?
Well, I'm not sure. I just think that the start of the game, the first 6 minutes of the game and the first 6 minutes of the third, for whatever reason, it was just transition fest for them. Right. For whatever reason, we couldn't get back, couldn't get matched up and whatever. And probably just defensive organization to start with. We got our guys back and we got the ball slowed down a little bit. That probably where it started. Yeah. And then again, I think I always say this and I thought it was true. The big run to start the third was because we were standing around looking at the zone. Now we did get some wide open threes. I think three in a row, didn't make any of them, but those long clank misses, and they're going the other way, and we're on our heels, right?
They were pretty aggressive right off the bat with trapping
Yep.
Tyrese. Just it seemed like he made pretty good decisions on. I
Yep.
just wanted to see that where.
Yeah, we were good. They have been aggressive, really aggressive here recently. Obviously we had a little problem with it at the end of the game there, so we did pre-game we went out on the court and worked on some things, but our guy, yeah, Tyrese again made the reads, the right plays. Thought he was really good at the throw ahead. He was just right when he was getting blitz, he was throwing it ahead, and then it was going into the center, and it was either a cut for a dunk or a wide open corner three, which is it's kind of our goal when we get blitzed. We want a dunk or a catch and shoot three, and they did it almost. We did it almost every time they blitzed us. So and I mean, usually Tyrese will, or sometimes he'll shy away from it because they're blitzing him, but he just kept calling for it and was just ready to make the next play and get everybody involved. And I thought it helped us. It gave our other guys like really good opportunities. Yep.
It's only been a full year since Tyrese was thrust into the same role he's been in lately, with Joel out, calling out. I guess where do you see him growing as compared to back then when he was in the number one role? Now he's doing it and he was.
Well, I think there's a little more of a variety to what he's doing. I think he's, took a minute or two for him and Yabu to get some, synergy there in that 2-man game. Again, a lot more variety, a lot more coming off the ball, a lot more back cuts, a lot more just driving into the open areas and making plays. I don't know. That's what I would say right now. Yeah.
Nick, I know dealing with back-to-backs is not a new thing. Your schedule is very congested this month specifically. I guess, have you learned anything from having all these stacked one on top of the other about how this group needs to navigate it that you think is helping you over the last week or so?
Well, I think one of the biggest things is we kind of just knew who was playing. Almost it was just like, they were playing and they're playing, and we just, again, that's been consistent. These guys, the same group's kind of been there most of this little run in the back to backs. I think that helps, and I think you just got to attack them like that. Like, we got a game on the schedule, man. We're gonna play it. We got one tomorrow. We got to play that one too. And you know what I always say, we're gonna go like everything we got into the first one, see if we can get it, and then see where we stand for the next day. And I thought the guys, they again, back to Gina, they were pretty disappointed. We gave that one away in Sacramento. A lot of talk about, we got to get this one, man. We deserve a W tonight, but we got to work for it. And there was a lot of that going on.
Tyrese, what has impressed you about Justin Edwards? Just what he's been able to do on both ends of the
Yep.
defense?
He's been good both ends on the floor, just like you said. He stayed ready. He's played really good as far as just making the right decisions and the right plays, and he doesn't let mistakes cloud his mind. And that's what makes me happy. If he's open, he shoots it. If he's not open, he passes it.
Tyrese, you have some experience in lineups in Harden and Melton in previous years, and you've spent a lot of time. I guess what have you made of those minutes, and what do you think is the key to making a 3-guard lineup successful?
Yeah, I'm gonna give a shout out to Cal, because when I was at Kentucky, I played a 3-guard lineup with me, Emmanuel Quickly, and Ashton Higgins. So that was my first time doing that. All 3 guards got a rebound, but all 3 guards can shoot. All 3 guards can penetrate the offense and get in the paint and kick, and all 3 guards can defend. You know what I'm saying? So I'm kind of used to that, and it's a good adjustment that nurses went to, especially teams try to blitz and do different things to me. So we have multiple ball handlers in the game that can make plays.
It's obviously been a weird season for Halo, just with the hip injury and in and out of but stuff. But was tonight kind of the ideal game for him as far as making some shots, the assists, the
He
rebounds?
played the whole 4 quarter. I think he played.
He was definitely, yeah, right.
Wow, that's impressive. He's been great. One thing that I've really been proud of Kalo, which is hard to be proud of someone that's ancient, but I'm proud of him that he stayed. He's a winner, so the losing really affects him. But he's really stayed, even if he's not playing. He's been coaching guys up, and he's been here early. He's showing guys how to be professionals and winners. And that's what we need right now. We need that from him. And Reggie stayed ready. Reggie has always talked to people the right way and been in huddles and coaching guys up. So we really appreciate those guys.
What is the best piece of advice that Kyle has given you this season?
He gives me advice every day. But I think the best piece of advice he's given me is, dude, accept the pressure, and accept the way teams are guarding you, where they have to guard you. They're putting 2 on the ball. They're denying. They're doing all those different things. You have to accept that first. And once you accept it, then you'll be able to start breaking it down. And I appreciate him for that.
Tyrese, Eric takes some of the deepest catch and shoot threes probably in the league pretty consistently. I guess when he's out there with you, do you notice any tangible difference in the spacing you guys have and the amount of space you have to attend when he's out there?
Yeah, I think the biggest thing is guys are trying to load up. Sometimes when I drive to the paint and I can kick it to him once or twice, that gets at least his man off that slot and off that nail. So now I can get in the paint and either create for myself or create for others. So he's done a really good job of just shooting the ball well and kind of making plays. Also, And then defensively, he's guarding some bigger guys, and he's doing a good job at that too.
When you guys last played the Kings, you gave up that 15-0 run as a team to lose that game. They trapped you a lot, really pressured you defensively. Just what was different tonight as far as how you individually handled that, and just obviously how the team did.
Yeah, they trapped me early this game. I was just a willing passer, just get off the ball, get off the ball, get off the ball, and then kind of just take my shots and chances in transition, and also when I play like one-on-one basketball. So I think that was really good. But then down the stretch, I just trusting my teammates. Having Kyle out there was really good. Another ball handling. Ricky did a really good job of just like when he got rebounds, pushed the ball, and him pushing that pace kind of like backs the defense up a little bit. So we did a really good job of just being ready for the blitz. We kind of knew it. We talked about it before the game today, and we did a good job executing.
Tyrese 4 wins in a row following this 7-game skid. What's kind of the difference for you?
Thank you.
And what does it kind of say about your guys as a team?
I kept saying when we were losing, other than Denver and I think Golden State, every game was close. And it was a couple of times where we just didn't finish. I didn't make the right play. I didn't make a shot. And, I said, listen, if we stay in that same mode, we're going to win some of these games. And now we have. You know what I mean? And guys have done a really good job of stepping up. Justin, Ricky, I go down the list, all night. But, and then Bonus' energy off the bench has been amazing. You know what I'm saying? His rebounding, his blocking shots. Just his presence out there has been really good. So everybody's played well. The young guys have done a really good job. Justin's done a really good job. And proud of those guys.
Ricky, I guess what were the biggest keys for you guys kind of in that end of the third quarter, start of the fourth quarter when to control?
Just chipping away from the lead, starting on defense, getting stops. That's what it was all about, just getting stops and going the other way. Kyle did a fantastic job of pushing the pace. He was everywhere, getting rebounds, pushing the pace, hitting big shots. So I think he was huge for us tonight.
Your wrist is pretty wrapped up there. Is that a surprise for the Euros in play?
Yes. It's okay though. I got it checked out. Just gonna ice it and I'll be all right.
How big was that play, do you think, momentum-wise, that sequence, getting ready to get the three in that same possession? How big was that?
I mean, it was huge. Got the crowd going a little bit, got teammates going, got me going. So yeah, it was big. Definitely a turnaround point.
4 wins in a row now for you guys following a long 7-game skid. What's the biggest difference these past 4 games in order to get you guys back on track?
Yeah, I'm gonna keep saying it. I think we're finally learning to accept who's here and who's not, and it's only gonna make us stronger for when everybody's healthy. So I want to learn to play together, playing hard, playing super hard, especially on defense, and letting Tyrese lead us on offense. So the job's pretty simple, and continue to play that way. We continue to stack wins.
You mentioned Kyle's impact on the floor, but obviously he's a very vocal guy, always pulling people to the side and giving little tidbits and stuff. What's the best advice he has given you since you guys have been teammates?
I'll have to think. I mean, he's very wise and he knows the game a lot. Like I just complimented him. I was like, the way you do things, it makes sense why you're a Hall of Famer. Some people may question why he was on the floors at times, and when he's on the court with us, it's just the game just becomes so much easier on defense, offense, everything. So, like I said, he was huge for us tonight. Biggest piece of advice: shoot everything he tells me.
Was there something tonight in particular, either a play or a moment or a sequence when you're like, wow, this is why he's so valuable to us? And it makes it so much easier when he's on the floor.
Kicking the ball up to an athletic wing in me. He just kept doing that and it got me going early. So I've had great point guards like that in college and high school. And I see why Kyle Lowry, Hall of Famer.
Ricky, last 2 nights you've had good amount of success shooting from the corners, and I know you put in a lot of work on the jump shot last year and a half or so. I guess, how do you feel personally about where the shot is at, and how you're building on that after last year?
Yeah, I feel real good about my shot. Honestly, not even just the last couple weeks, really for a month or so. It's just what shots am I gonna get? Is it gonna be 2, 3 ones with 40 feet away, or is it gonna be a catch and shoot in rhythm during the play? So when I'm getting good shots, my feet are set, and I'm playing in rhythm, I feel like I'm gonna be shooting the ball well. So I'm gonna try to stay away from the 3, 2, 1s and more of the 16, 15 seconds on the clock, catch and shoot in the motion.
Nick mentioned the game in Sacramento being one you guys maybe felt like let it get away. I wonder if that makes this one feel any better to close them out the way that you did in that fourth.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, it was the get back. they got us in their home court and we got them on ours. So we definitely let that slip away at the end, literally the end, probably the last minute or so. So it was good to get it back.
Tyrese mentioned that he felt like you pushing the pace, grabbing the ball at the rim, going, it maybe messed up their defense and it didn't let them allow them. So did you feel that when you were kind of doing that in the second half?
Yeah, I feel like that's kind of my job. Any game, get the ball, push it. Really didn't have no rebounds tonight. Why? I don't know. Gotta go back and look at it. But yeah, when I got it, Kyle was pushing up to me. I was already around the midcourt area and just pushing it, knocking out free throws and making plays. So yeah, for sure. I don't know if it surprised him or shocked him, but it definitely helped.
Rick, you have a good relationship with Tyrese. How have you seen his mentality or his attitude change this year? Because he's talked to us a little bit about he really struggled mentally early in the year with dealing with losing and trying to overcome all the injuries and uncertainty you guys have been dealing with.
Yeah, it's tough. I mean, we got a lot of winners on this team. And a lot of people that just really wants to win. I mean, everybody wants to win, but like some people go home and cry at night because they're losing. Like we have some of those guys on our team, and I know for him personally, he really wants to win, and he really thought this could be the season where we could make a huge run at it, and it's still obviously not too late. But just over the last couple of games, he's been taking over. Like I said, we're playing super hard on defense. We're super connected, and he's leading us on offense. That's just how it's going to be until, well, shoot, man, might just going to be how it's going to be for real. So, I mean, we can't do nothing about what we can't control. So, everybody that's on the court, everybody that's on the bench, that's who we got.
Right. Kyle, Nick has some something about you going to you and Reggie in the combination.
Yeah.
What do you think has made that successful with you and Reggie out there?
As Reggie would say, two old guys that's just trying to make sure these young guys are being successful. Honestly, we just go out there and try to play good team basketball. We understand what we have in Tyrese Maxey and our young stars, and we just go out there and try to make their jobs and their lives easier.
We kind of say with 3-guard lineup. Just maybe with you, Reggie, Tyrese, what made it so successful?
I think we play the zone very well. I think we give a chance for Tyrese to get off the ball. Reggie can still play basketball at a high level. I can take the screens for Tyrese to get off and give him a little bit of chance to rest and be able to, not have to think about it and everybody else himself involved, getting more and make things a little bit easier.
Like you played, I think, almost 17 minutes today. Do you know when your body can give you what you had tonight?
See, I feel tomorrow when I wake up at 12 o'clock, So, but I mean, at the end of the day, I'm a guy that's going to sacrifice my body for the better of the team. Unfortunately, sometimes it's hurt me long term, but right now we're just playing well, and I'm going to be out there helping my teammates.
You guys only had 10 turns today. Do you think having the 3 guards out there is part of why the low turn?
I think we're just taking care of the ball. We're getting shots on goal. I think we're not trying to make too many fancy passes. We're getting to our spots. Tyrese is honestly attracting a lot more attention, so the passes are easier to get to, and then we're making shots. I think tonight we have 30 assists, which is when we get up to that number, we're pretty tough to beat.
Yeah, Tyrese just said that one piece of advice that you feel that you in this series just embracing the way that teams are guarding him now. Just how have you seen him continue to progress?
He's not mad that they're doubling him or double X firing at him. He's like, all right, my teammates got to make plays, and I trust my teammates. And, at the end of the day, we make shots. It makes his job a lot easier. And he just trusting his teammates. This comfortability, is going to make his job easier for himself and for us.
You guys,
Right, Tyrese?
go.
Yep. See,
You guys have bought 4 in a row now. For some games scared. What do you think of the biggest difference for you guys?
playing hard, playing together, not caring about anything, but just trying to play, just taking our games and our attention and our energy to the next level.
Yeah, you guys have been right there, like a lot of this game. Like I know these guys are young. You feel like this is something that kind of like a learning curve for all these youngsters on the team right now.
I think it's a learning curve, but I also think it's just some type of continuity right now. We understand what we're going to do. We understand who's going to play where. Injuries we can't control that, but we understand the style of play that we play. The young guys understand where they're supposed to be right now, and we play with confidence.
So, Cole, you would say that most of these young guys are very coachable in the moment now.
We got great players. We got great guys, great young individuals, young men. They're only going to get better.
What was most stuck out to you about Justin here?
That was the last question, but okay.
Sorry.
No, you don't have. No, I think what sticks out the most is every 5 seconds. I'm playing. How to do that? He's very curious. Of, you know, how to what he can do better, what he can not do better, what he can fix. You know, I just tell him shut up and just go out there and think and play basketball. And he's done a great job over the last month and a half.
Great.
Thank you.